Hi guys, Mike back again with part 4 of the Storm Eagle gunship build. We've started putting the hull together. So what we are up to thus far is this. Got the lower fuselage in, the floor panels, basically the two sides. I've used the epoxy resin, the 2-part Z epoxy from Zap. 5-minute formula, so when you mix it in equal quantities it goes off in 5 minutes. This is dried overnight now and is pretty solid, to be fair. I mean, you could wrench it apart, it would rip apart, but yeah, just with normal use that's really solid. The sides are nicely flat. There's still a little bow in there, but I'm thinking once it's glued in, it's going to pull that bow out slightly. So, but what we've got to do next, front hatch is fitted. Done a little bit of filling on the underside here, but not too much. So what we've got to do next is fit this internal bulkhead, which goes in here. So again, the fuselage sides will pull apart slightly, so you can get this in. So that fits in properly. I mean, you can see there's some locating lugs that it fits against the side of the wall. The floor is nice and flat. I did have to heat this. I heated this up with a hairdryer, this sort of lower section here, because it was bowing slightly. But the bow in the back portion of the floor is pretty much out now. So that'll just get super glued in, because it's kind of non-structural and it'll just fit in there nicely. We need to make sure that our plastic top half fits nicely, which it does. So, and again, using the hot water technique or the hairdryer technique with this in place, and then heating the sides so you can kind of shape it and mold it together so you've got a perfect fit for this top half of this fuselage. So that's a really good fit. And when you there we go. And when you look down the side there, you can see that the top locates into the notches in the bulkhead. So there we go, that's in properly. So that fits nicely. And then we basically got to fit this back section here, the rear upper fuselage, which goes on the back there. All these little bits line up. It all kind of lines up at the back, and it does. I mean, it's difficult to do it with kind of reaching around the camera to show you, but that all kind of reaches in, and that's that. So I'm going to, it tells you to glue the bulkhead in and this bit in, and this is going to pull it all together basically, and then you fit this, because this will just sort of slide up in underneath there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get back to you when that's done. Hi guys, we are back. We've done a bit of gluing, as you can see. It all went together quite nicely, actually. So I'll show you what I've done. This has not been glued in yet. This back section, top rear fuselage, has been glued in. Just need to file off the bit of glue there. What I had to do on the back was heat it up and fit the rear door, just so it stayed in shape, so I could fit it properly. Again, the rear door is not glued in yet, and I'm just deciding really what now I'm going to do. I forgot to say that I glued these side bits on as well previously. These hold the legs either in up or down position depending on what you want to do. Yeah, so now I've got a decision to make about what I'm going to do about painting the interior. What I think I'm going to do is leave the front door, the front hatch, openable, if you like, and paint this interior section here. And I'll probably close the back of this up. This doesn't hinge. Well, it fits fine, but it doesn't stay there. So you can see that closes up nicely into a decent fit. So I could glue that completely closed, glue doors on, and that'd be that. And then leave this kind of open, as it were. So I'm not sure yet. I'm going to decide. I'll glue some other bits on first. I'm going to glue the wings on and things like that, so I don't need to decide straight away. Otherwise, I'm going to end up gluing this top section on, and then I won't be able to access this bit for painting. This rear section for painting. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But this bit's just as I said in the previous section of the vid, slides on. He says, and again, decent fit to be fair. So decent fit on the back, decent fit on the front. Had to sand just the front of the nose here because it was sticking out a little bit. But yeah, it's a good fit. Pleased with that. The top hatch, just there's some locator notches there, so that just locates onto there, and that's that. So that's the hull. Obviously, I need to glue this down. So. Yeah, a minute. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's a better fit now. So yeah, I mean, there's still some gapping there, but once it's glued in, because it's not quite. There we go. Yeah, so it's glued. So I'm going to probably glue the top hatch on, and that'll be that. Like I say, the where's it gone? The hatch here is on some locators, and that's that. So yeah, decent. I'm quite liking this build. So next up we'll just be gluing some peripheral bits on, and then deciding about what I'm going to do paint wise. So I'll catch you on the next section. Okay guys, and we're back just for the last part of this video. We've done quite a bit, just been sort of spending a pleasant evening, just kind of putting bits together and deciding what I'm going to do. With paint schemes and all that sort of stuff. So, so what have we done? we've made the wings. We've got the plastic components are from the Storm Raven. Got our thrusters that are movable. Got our ailerons that are the resin components. Really, we've got a left and a right wing there. These sections here. House the twin link las cannons, which are really badly warped, so they need straightening out, so that's fine. I just got to look at the instructions. The instructions are pretty vague, to be fair, and it's only because I've built a Storm Raven, a couple of Storm Ravens in the past, that you kind of know the bits to use. And I mean, there's this like back vent of the las cannons that within the instructions doesn't tell you to install. And I'm assuming that it's not left like open, but anyway, it's so I've added it anyway. So I've done the wings. We have put the glass in the cockpit, so that's done, and we've constructed the upper fuselage with the pilot's area. Gone for melters on the front. Made up the pilot, so he's installed, so I'll paint him separately. Not that you can see much of him once he's in there with the canopy on, at least anyway. So we know about the las cannons that are warped to buggery. I did find a Forge World door, Blood Angel door, that will fit on this, but I've only got one, so I'm probably not going to use that. So I've just made with the plastic doors you get with the Storm Raven sprues, and I had some Blood Angels iconography left over from previous Storm Ravens, so I've added those. Then we've got these upper wing sections, and again, going through the instructions do not tell you when or how to install these at all. And again, I'll show you those once they're on, but it's only by having built a Storm Raven before you kind of know where and why they go. I mean, there is a vague picture of them, but it doesn't tell you to install them. But again, you know, that's fine. And that's it. We've got a couple of little detail bits there, and just some more of my Blood Angel iconography bits there. And then the last bit to show you then is the Storm Eagle itself. So we are getting there. So we know the front door opens. I've installed the side wings, the canards, gone for closed landing gear. That's what I prefer on this. Closed landing gear. We've installed the engines, so I've epoxied those on because they're quite heavy. put the braces on. Got some bracing sections here and got some more in the front, but I can't install those until I put the top piece on. Yeah, so it's looking pretty nice actually. I've left the back door off at the moment because I am going to spray it all. I'm going to paint this section, but I'm not going to paint the back section, I've decided. I'm just going to glue all this up. I mean, there's no real reason to keep it open. And because this door doesn't hinge very well, I can't be bothered messing about. So yeah, I mean, having put the upper fuselage on and the bulkhead in, I mean, it's a real chunk of vehicle actually. So I'll just show you what it kind of looks like with the wings installed. I think we're looking something like, wrong way. Yeah, so we're looking something like that once it's installed. So yeah, looking pretty good, I think. Anyway, that's it for this one. Next up, I'm going to be sort of painting really. I'm going to paint this interior section and then shut it all up and close it off. So we'll see what goes on there. Anyway, that's it for this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.